Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. So today we're gonna make some cinnamon buns, two different kinds. And I thought I'd bring you along for that. In my mixer, I have 2.5 cups of warm water, 2 tablespoons of yeast. And I'm gonna start adding some white flour to that. Today's Sunday, so I do a lot of our bread making on Sundays. And I'm just going to turn that on. I'm going to get that slowly working in. And then I'm going to add my salt. So, oh, and there's 4 tablespoons of sugar in there as well. Now, I made brown sugar previously because I'm trying to make I am making a sweet bread here. So... So I am just going to, now I can add my salt. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to make 2 different kinds. Okay. I'll show you what I'm doing when I get this. Now I rise mine twice. So I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do, I'm going to put this into a bowl because I have more bread to make. Better, kind of. Pretty soon I'll have to pull this out and knead it by hand. And then I'll adjust my tripod so you guys can see. Hope everybody's week went well. It's raining here today, like pouring rain. If you hear any noise soon, it's just my son coming down. He's going to go do chores for me so I can get this done. So that was sweet. Now, cinnamon buns just don't have to be cinnamon buns. You know, like, you can change it up, and I'm going to show you how we change it up. Now, this is my Grandma Rose recipe. Obviously she didn't use a KitchenAid mixer, she used her hands, but she always started out with a sweet bread, and us kids used to fight for these because we always wanted she used to make little buns, and then she'd just make the cinnamon buns, and she only ever made 6 or 7. Yeah, there we go. Okay, before I get too dirty here, guys, I'm going to bring you down, and I'm going to get you readjusted, and then we'll get kneading this dough. Alright, guys. So, get the kitchen in a little bit here. So I'm going to dump this out. I do think this is one of the things that everybody should learn, is to make their own breads and get that over there. Now, I go simple. I don't do anything, you know, I don't add egg and milk powder or whatever. The simpler it is, the cleaner it is. And then I'm just going to knead this up. And this will take, I wish I could give you guys a measurement. You need to just do it till the flour all gets combined and come together. And then I'm going to put this into an oil bowl. I am going to use olive oil because that's what I have. Grandma used to use lard. Obviously, I'm not doing lard. But I will bake these in cast iron. And I think this is the most, I actually look forward to Sundays. It's just Cody. Every other Sunday, it's just Cody and I here. And I get our bread ready for the week. Okay, so right here, I hope you guys can see that. Right here, it's starting to get exceptionally tacky. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to gradually add flour, front and back, pull it up from the sides, and just continue to knead. Because if there was ever a time where, you know, look at Alaska and their earthquake, were people prepared for that? No. You know, here I always think of a snowstorm happens, which has happened, and when we move up north, it's gonna happen a lot more. The main highway we're going to closes all the time. So these are skills that I'm glad I have, because you know, we could be snowed in for weeks on end, or like at least 3 days, 3-4 days. And honestly, I don't really go too far in the winter anyways. I don't like driving in the snow. But you just keep going, and you will feel your bread basically just change. And you don't need to, you will work up some biceps doing this, there's no doubt there, but you just need to pull it forward, push it back, pull it forward, push it back, and you will feel it start getting tacky. That means the flour is all worked in, you've kneaded it in. Now if you have a bigger KitchenAid, you can do it all in the KitchenAid. But what happens if you don't have hydro and you don't know how to make bread all on your own? You know? And anyways, I would rather knead my bread by hand. I know I'm gonna hurt afterwards, and I'm okay with that. And as you roll, you can see it's starting to form together. You can see the counter is starting to get clean. It will pick it up. It's starting to get tacky. I'm going to grab some of this flour. Gently roll it. And just keep going. Alright guys, I'm going to keep kneading. I'll bring you back as soon as I'm at that process. Alright guys, so here's the dough. And you can see it bounces. It's still a little tacky, and that's okay. But it feels perfect. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to oil my bowl. Like I said, it's pretty cold here today. It's only like 3 degrees. So I am going to put this in this bowl, and I'm going to pop it in my oven with the light on. And actually, I already got the light on. I've already got the oven heating up a little bit with that light. And that'll be enough. I will give this about an hour to rest in the oven, and then we'll split it in half, and we'll make 2 different kinds of cinnamon buns. I'll be back. Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so here's my dough. Look how beautiful that is. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of flour on the top. I'm gonna deflate it. And we're gonna make 2 different kinds of cinnamon buns. Now, like I said, you guys can make cinnamon buns out of pretty much anything. You know, like if you have some, I'm the only one that likes pumpkin, so I don't make them, but you know, pumpkin preserve, or you know, I don't know what that is. I've made cherry cheesecake ones. Yeah, I don't know. But today we're going to use some of our canning, and I thought, oh, I'm going to bring you guys along. And, oops, sorry, just putting that one back in the bowl, guys. We don't need it just yet. And I'm just going to get this relaxing here. Sorry, guys. You guys are going to hear the kids in the background, probably. So, Grandpa's old rolling pin out here, because it's the heaviest one I own. And you don't need to beat on this dough. Okay, just kind of let it relax. It will relax on its own. We recently changed flour. We found flour from our local mill. Well, it's about 45 minutes away from here, I think. And where we get our chicken and turkey feed, duck feed, we found out they sell bags of flour and sugar. So we got I think it's 40 pounds of sugar. And I got whole wheat flour. And I got unbleached flour. All right. You know, these are so time consuming, but you know what? There's nothing like homemade cinnamon buns. Like, I don't think anyways. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to take my hand, making my father-in-law some apple butter cinnamon buns. They got a really busy week. I got some meals here for them. We're going to take up to them today. And I thought, you know what? They got a lot of appointments this week. So I'm going to take them, just something they can kind of grab and go. It's a little bit healthier than, you know, Tim Hortons or whatever. So I'm just trying to make it a little bit healthier option for them. And I love them, so it's worth making these for them. All right. Here we go. So there's the dough. It's about an inch thick. I just need to work out these edges a little bit. There we go. And while I'm working on these edges, I should put some butter in the microwave. Just gonna figure out what I'm gonna put it in. Gonna melt it. So I was gonna make these in cast iron. However, I forgot I had to fry up chicken today. And because I'm taking that to the in-laws, I cut up a chicken last night after supper, and I got it marinating in the fridge. All right. Okay, so while I'm working away at this, see how beautiful that dough is, though? Like, and it rolls up so easy. Alright. Like I said, I don't know how, I mean, I don't think I can handle being gluten-free. I don't know. I ate way too much bread. I love bread. And then I got another ball of dough. And it's going to be buns and bread for them as well. All right. So, what I'm gonna do, trying to, see, I've never used the apple butter before, but I have done apple pie ones for him, and he really enjoyed those. It was a long time ago, though. It was like a couple years ago. When we lived in our old farmhouse, I was doing a cookbook, like for when, you know, I'm no longer here and my kids need something made or whatever. I've been working on creating cookbooks for my kids. You never know. One day they might need think of me and want to make something. And this way they'll have it. I think that's that to me, it's really important. So that's what I've been working on, and that's what I was working on then. All different kinds of recipes and whatever. So okay, so now I had half a jar of apple butter in the fridge. And I got another jar here just in case. This stuff turned out so thick. I'm wondering if I should put the sugar down first. I'm thinking, let's try an experiment here. No, it's going to be okay, guys. And then we'll put the flour on top of this. So essentially, we're just building an apple pie, right? Because we're going to add some brown sugar and white sugar mixed together. My creative juices flow all the time with this kind of stuff, so you'll have to, I'm always trying something new. All right, let's spread this on. At least it stopped raining outside for now. Cody got all the chores done before it started raining again. That was good. He's good to me on Sunday mornings. He knows it's a really busy day. I usually try to prep a couple meals and stuff. All right, so now you're thinking, holy crap, this is all gonna fall out when she's done. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna get around that. All right, I think that looks all right, eh? I think it looks all right. Maybe a little bit more up here. All right. My house is alive today. All right. So, in an apple pie, you put flour in it, right? So we're just going to dust this with a bit of flour. Okay. Maybe 2 tablespoons. I'm just eyeballing it. Pretty thick in that area. Okay, so I have my homemade brown sugar here, and I got a bowl of white sugar. I think it was 3 cups, because I'm doing 2 different batches. So I'm gonna make this for both batches. So, and I'm gonna add, move my rolling pin here. Don't want to get that on there. I'm just gonna get my hands in there. Or my one hand, I have a clean hand, and mix that together. the brown sugar and the white sugar together. Now you can add nutmeg to this, you could add allspice to this, you can add any of that kind of stuff. We're going to add another layer of flour as well. Just holds everything together. Okay, and we're just going to sprinkle that on. Now keep in mind, my apple butter is not sweet, okay? It's not overly sweetened at all. We made that together. I'll leave a link below for you guys if you haven't seen that. And I got amazing feedback on that, and I appreciate that. All right. I think that looks good. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And with my clean hand, I'm going to grab my flour. And you add another little bit of flour. And when this cooks, or bakes, I guess I should say, it won't, this actually stays in. You don't lose the, the filling. All right. So now we're going to add the cinnamon. And we're just going to add that on. All right. Now you can add another layer of flour to this, but I think we have enough. So I'm going to start pinching this together. Roll this up so you have a clean edge. Okay. Here we go. Now, if you notice, I have very little to no flour on the bottom. I actually, with this dough, I find it's not always necessary to have a ton of flour in your cinnamon bun. Like underneath, like that's clean. If you knead it right, you shouldn't knead it. Now I am oozing here. That's because I got too much at that edge. And it's going to ooze at this edge too. So we're going to fold that over the best I can here. My hands get a little heavy every once in a while. So we're going to, hopefully you can see that. I'm going to pull this back here in a sec, guys. I just got to get this pinched off and then I'll show you what I'm doing. All right. So now, oop, I knew I'd do that. This has to rise one more time. Now you can do one of two things. You can shove this in the freezer on a cookie sheet, which my stuff is all cold, so I'm gonna pull this up. I'll eat this end piece. Nothing goes to waste in this house. All right, I made quite the little mess, eh? That's all right. Food's supposed to be messy. All right, I'm gonna let that relax for a few minutes. Then I'm gonna cut it up. I gotta put it in my Pyrex dishes. Just let me wash my hands, and then I'm gonna get those ready. Move my other dough here. Looks messier, but it's not that bad. Oh, excuse me. I would have preferred to have done this in my cast iron, but I need it for the fried chicken, so. So glad my next house is going to be bigger. Okay. Now you can sprinkle this or put some of the sugar mixture in the bottom, but oh sorry guys, this is lard. I'm gonna try to stop buying cooking spray. we went to the grocery store the other day. I went to get a jar of mayonnaise, and it was $6.99. Like, I'll just make it myself. I have hen eggs, I have olive oil. I'll just do it myself. I mean, the food prices are just getting stupid. And I went to get a can of Pam, and it was $5.99. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. Now, right here, I may lose some. Okay? So, but there's the, where are you? There you are. There's the inside. Okay? And then I'm gonna clean up all the apple, and then we'll make the other ones. So I'm gonna set these, see how this clumps together? That's the flour. Okay. And I do nothing small. If I'm gonna treat myself to a cinnamon bun, I want a cinnamon bun. I'm gonna clean that up. Drop that in my pan. I'll clean all this up too and put it on top of one. And then we'll put this back in the oven. And these Pyrex dishes are 10 by 15s, I think. They're the biggest ones here in Canada you can buy. Well, my mom bought me this one, and the little old lady gave me the other ones, and the other one, and it was her family's, and she knew I did a whole bunch of cooking, so she wanted me to have it. So she left it to me, and I use it. Alright, so now I'm going to take this, okay, because that's good stuff. I mean, my countertop is clean. It's all sanitized and clean. So, I'm just going to add that on the top. Okay. Now, this is a preference thing. I am going to add a couple drops of butter on the top. Okay, that needs to be washed now. And then we'll just make the next one. Sorry guys, I'm going to clean up her as you go. Alright. I got my melted butter here. And I'm just going to drop a little bit on top of each one. And I'm going to cover it. Okay. Like so. Put that in the oven, the light on. Those Pyrex dishes are so big, they just fit in my oven long ways. Alright. Now, I want to try making we love bananas, and I was wanting to try a banana nut cinnamon bun. I think that would be good, but I would do a much smaller amount. Alright, so I'm going to do exactly the same process. It's just I'm going to do just the brown sugar and cinnamon. Butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon. That's it. So I'll bring you guys back when I got that all ready. Hey guys, so we're back. I'm about to put these in the oven. Here is the apple butter cinnamon buns. And here are the regular ones. And while I was waiting for all of that, I made hamburger buns for pulled pork and just a quick little loaf of bread. Alright, so I'm going to put all this in the oven at the same time, and I'll bring you back when I'm pulling it all out. Alright guys, here they are. There's the apple butter cinnamon buns. Like, I just pulled them out of the oven. So they took about 25 minutes. And there's the regular ones. And there's the bread. And there's the buns. And there's fried chicken. Been busy in here this morning. Alright guys, so yeah, 350, 20 to 25 minutes. And there, that's a lot of breakfasts, guys. And I hope you guys love this video. Like, share, and subscribe for me. And thanks so much, guys, and I'll talk to you super soon. Bye.